All right. Sorry about that. I was finishing up something and it ran over. Let's go ahead and get going. All right, we'll start on our backs. Okay. And let's lower those feet down a little bit wider. Good, so feet wide, knees are touching. Just close down the eyes. Take a breath or two here. Big breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Again, big breath in and out. And now we'll hug those knees in. Hey, stack those knees so they're right above those hips. Okay. Bring those arms out to the side, feel them out. And then we're just going to bring the knees over to that right side. So hover those shins, maybe about a 45-degree angle, keeping that core tight. Even though that back is starting to lift, think we're taking that arch out of that low back. Inhale it back to center so that spine is flat on the mat, and then bring those knees over to that left side. Inhale, bring it back to center. Again, twist over to the right. Center to the left. Center. Let's go one more time each way over to that right side. Maybe go a little bit lower, as low as you can, keeping that opposite shoulder grounded down. Bring it back up and drop those knees over to that left side. Inhale, bring it back up, and then hug the knees. Give it a little rock from side to side. And now we'll interlace those fingers behind the head, lift those shins up. So knees are over the hips, shins are parallel to the ground. We're gonna add in that little twist as we extend that left leg out. We're gonna twist that left shoulder to that left or to the right knee. Inhale it back up and then switch sides. So that right leg extends out, right elbow to that left knee, back to center and twist, center and twist, back to center. One more time each way, twist over to that right side, center to the left side. Good, and center. Hug those knees in. Round through that spine, bring the forehead to the knees, and then we'll extend it out long. So into that hollow position. So keeping those legs as wide as you need to, but squeeze legs together, reach through those toes, reach through those fingers, low back is flat. Let's go for 3, 2, and 1. Lower those feet down, bridging those hips up. And roll it back down. Let's do that 2 more times. Press, lifting those hips. And down. 1 more time. Press and lift. And down. Good. So hug those knees in. We're going to start to rock forward and back. Okay, trying to plant those feet down and come up into that. Maybe squat. And then right up into that forward fold. So inhale, lengthen out, bringing those hands to the shins. Lift through that tailbone. Nice flat low back. Then exhale those hands down as we fold. Good, then bend into those knees, flatten out that back. Let's rise up to standing, reach it up nice and tall. Right hand slides out as we reach that left arm up and over. Inhale it back up and exhale it over to that other side. And inhale, reach it up nice and tall, keeping that core tight, nice neutral spine. Okay, we're gonna pull those elbows down. I think the shoulder blades are kind of rotating down, opening up through that chest, through the shoulders, but not arching through that back. Then inhale, reach it up. Exhale, pull it back down. Last time, inhale, reach up. And exhale, draw those elbows down. Then reach it back up. Flat back as we fold. So maybe the hands come all the way down towards the ground, or maybe just bring those hands to the shins. We want that nice flat back. And then we'll plant those hands, stepping or hopping those feet back to our plank. Shift that weight forward. Go ahead and lower it all the way down. Nice, slow, and controlled. Okay, go all the way onto the belly on this first one. Point the toes. Roll the shoulders down and back as we lift. So into that cobra or upward facing dog. Then exhaling those hips up and back into that down dog. Another breath. Little inhale on the toes. Bend those knees, stepping those feet top of the mat. Inhale that half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. And exhale, right hand down. Reaching that left arm up and over. Inhale, bring it up to that other side. And inhale, reach those arms up. We'll go just one time. Pull those elbows down. Inhale, bring it back up. Then with that flat back, we'll fold. Find that half lift on that inhale. Exhale, plant those hands. Step those feet down to our plank. Shift the weight forward. We'll lower down nice and slow, 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 slow. Maybe pausing in that low plank. And then we'll flip the toes, lifting that chest up into that cobra or up dog. Exhaling those hips up and back, down dog. Let's go one more time. Come onto the toes. Bend those knees. Step or hop those feet top of the mat. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Side bend to the right. Inhale it up tall. Exhale it to the left. Inhale, reach it up. Pull those elbows down. Inhale, send it back up. Flat back as we fold. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, plant the hands. Step those feet back to that plank. Slow as you can. Maybe go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause and flip the toes. Lift that chest. Exhale those hips up, downward facing dog. And now inhale on the toes. Bend those knees. Step or hop those feet top of the mat. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Now from here, we're going to sink those hips down as low as we can. We're going to sweep those arms forward and up. So we're almost hovering that chest over those thighs a little bit more. So in the chair, that chest is a little bit more upright, but this one really sinking down nice and low. Core tight. Relax through those shoulders. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Now from here, this position, just lift the heels up, reach those arms back, finding that balance. One more breath. And then lower those heels down, reach those arms up and back, press the hips forward, and exhale, fold. Lengthen on that inhale, and exhale, we'll plant the hands. Step those feet back, we'll move through that vinyasa. And exhaling those hips to the sky, down dog. Bring the feet together, inhale, that right leg lifts. Exhale, curl that knee to the nose. Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, bring that knee over to that left side, that left elbow. Inhale it back up. Now exhale that knee to that right elbow. Pause, and then we'll step that foot outside that right hand. Back leg is nice and strong. So we're lifting that knee up away from the mat and then pressing those hips forward and down. And then big step back and up into that three-legged dog. Open up the hip, bend that top knee. And then we'll square off those hips as we bring that knee to the nose, stepping that foot through. Inhale, reaching those arms up overhead into that high crescent lunge. Sink it to that front knee a little bit more. We're gonna go all the way down so that back knee is just hovering a few inches above that mat. Good, now from here, bring those hands to heart center, hover and twist. Hook that left elbow across, straighten out through that back leg. Then inhale, we'll reach those arms up, high crescent lunge. And then lower those hands down, send that leg back so that leg can stay lifted. Shift the weight forward, lower. Inhale, lift through that chest. Exhale, hips up and back, down dog. Bring the feet together, inhale, that left leg lifts. Exhale, curl that knee to the nose. Inhale, send it back up. Exhaling that knee across to that right elbow. Inhale, send it back up. Exhale that knee to the left elbow and step that foot through. Okay. into that lizard lunge. Back leg is nice and strong. Press the hips forward and down. And send that leg up and back. Open up through that hip, bend into that top knee. Then we square off those hips, bring that knee to the nose, stepping that foot through. And we'll stay on the back toes, inhaling the arms up. And now sink into that front knee. You can bend into that back knee a little bit more. Just hover that knee a few inches above the mat. Then we'll bring those hands to heart center, hover the chest. As you hover the chest, that back leg will straighten out, and then we'll twist. Right elbow across that thigh. And then inhale, we'll reach those arms back up into that crescent lunge. And lower those hands down. Step it back to that plank or maybe that three-legged plank as we lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Inhale on the toes. Bend those knees, stepping those feet, top of the mat. Bringing those big toes together to touch. Find that half lift. Exhale, fold. Then we'll bend those knees, sink those hips down really, really low. Chest is hovering over the thighs. Those arms are reaching forward. So as low as you can. Breathe. Now we'll lift those heels up, reach those arms back. Now lower those heels down. Reach those arms up and rise all the way up to standing, pressing those hips forward. We'll stretch through those quads and hip flexors. Then exhale the hands back down. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, plant the hands, step those feet back to plank. Lower. Inhale, lift that chest. Exhale, hips up and back down dog. Feet together, inhale that right leg up. Exhale, curl that knee to the nose. Inhale it back up. Exhale that knee across to that left elbow. Inhale it back up. Exhale that knee to the right elbow. Step that foot through. Good, pressing those hips forward and down. And then send that leg up. Open up through that hip, bend that top knee. And then re-square those hips off, knee to the nose, stepping that foot through. Inhale, we'll reach those arms up. Chorus type, bend into that back knee, lowering that knee a few inches above the mat. Hands will come to heart center. Hover that chest, straighten out that back leg as we twist. Then inhale, we'll reach those arms up into that crescent lunge. Back heel will spin down, tee out those arms into that warrior two. Bend into that front knee as much as you can. Try and get that thigh parallel to the ground. One more breath. Keep that front knee bent, reaching that right arm up and back. And then we're going to come into that half moon balance. So reach out the arms, reaching that right hand forward, lower it down a few inches above that foot, in front of that foot. And then we'll lift that back leg up. So if you need to keep both hands down onto the mat, you can, okay, or you can try and lift that left arm up, open up through the shoulders and the hips a little bit more. Then take that big step back into that warrior two. Straighten that front leg, reach that hand forward. Hand will lower down to the mat. Left arm reaches up. Then we'll circle those hands down. Step it back to our plank, three-legged plank. Lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale those hips up, down dog. Feet together. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, curl the knee to the nose. Inhale it back up. Exhaling that knee across. Inhale it up. Exhale that foot or the knee towards that left elbow. Step that foot outside that hand. Press those hips forward. Chest lifts. And then send that leg up. Open up through that hip, bend that top knee. Re-square those hips off. Knee to the nose, stepping that foot through. Inhale, reaching those arms up overhead. Start to bend into the front knee, the back knee, hover that knee a few inches. Now hands will come to heart center, hover the chest, straighten out that back leg. As we twist. And then inhale those arms up. Back heel will spin down. Teeing out those arms into that warrior two. Really strong through the legs, strong through the arms, opening up through that chest. Keep that front knee bent. And we'll flip that palm, reaching that left arm up and back. Right hand slides down. Now we'll re-tee out those arms. Okay. We're gonna reach that left hand forward, lower the hand down a couple of inches in front of that foot, and then we'll lift the right leg up, right arm reaches up, press through that back heel, open up through the hips, through the shoulders. And then we'll take that big step back into that warrior two. Straighten that front leg, reach that hand forward. Hand will lower down towards the ground as that right arm reaches up. And then we'll circle that hand down. Send that foot back to our three-legged plank as we lower. Inhale, lift. And exhaling those hips up and back, downward facing dog. Now from here, we're gonna step that right foot outside that right hand. Okay, pressing those hips forward and down, chest is lengthening. Now we're gonna hop those feet. So the right foot's gonna step back to that plank, left foot is gonna come outside that left hand. Okay, so hop, switching those feet, trying to get that left foot as close to that left hand as you can. There we go. And then hop the feet, switch. Pause and switch. Pause it here, get that good stretch through the hips. Good. Again, switch, hop the feet and hop. Let's go one more time each way. Right foot forward and left foot forward. Stepping it back to that downward facing dog. Now come forward to our plank. Let's go into just more traditional mountain climbers. So right knee comes to the chest. Inhale, head out. Exhale, left knee in. Inhale it out. So let's go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold that plank. Go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the knees down. Send those hips back into that child's pose, resting that head down. And so softening that chest down, big expansion through that upper back, as well as opening up through those hips. And let's come up over or onto a seat. You can face that long edge of the mat. Let's extend through that right leg if I'm near you. Left foot comes to that inner thigh. Start with that side bend first. So right elbow towards the inside or on top of that thigh. Open up through that chest. Okay, so even though you're kind of bending, your back is still flat on that imaginary wall, reaching that left arm up and over. And then rotate it down. So we'll bring that left hand across that shin, lengthen out, and exhale, fold. And then we'll bring it back up. Let's switch sides. We'll extend that left leg out, right foot towards that inner thigh. Side stretch to lower that left elbow to the left thigh. Open up through that chest. Back is nice and flat on that wall. Good, big reach through that right hand. And then we'll rotate it down. So bringing that right hand across, lengthen out and fold. Good, and bring it back up. Let's bring those feet nice and wide. Sit up really tall. Start to walk those hands forward. So you can stay active, flexing the feet, pulling those feet out as wide as you can. Back is nice and flat. So active where your palms are pulling into, or pressing into the mat and pulling back to pull that chest closer to the ground. And then bring it back up. Go ahead and guide those legs together, just sitting cross-legged. Hands will rest on your knees. Roll those shoulders down and back. Just close down the eyes. Breathe here, couple breaths. A big breath in through the nose, letting that belly expand. And exhaling it out. Again, inhale, big breath in. Belly expands, rib cage expands. And exhale, just noticing that fall of the chest, of the belly. Let's do it one more time. Inhale. And exhale. All right, blinking those eyes open. Thank you all so much. Again, sorry I was a little late, but have a great day. And then I'll see you guys back here tomorrow for recharge.